Hi again, everybody. I'm thinking about playing this tune for you this week, I think, because last week I had talked about how sometimes enders on albums are kind of like a slight departure or a signal for where I'm going maybe for the next album or what I'm thinking of. So sometimes they can be experimental kind of tracks. But I always liked this tune. I actually taught this tune some years ago when I was teaching in New Zealand, and people were nice enough to bring me over there. And I remember teaching this tune mostly because there were a few young players there. And I remember after teaching the tune, they kind of hunkered down and really picked up the speed, and yeah, it was everything you could want from it, just kind of like a dashing kind of a little tune. And for me, playing it at the end of the album that was called On the Offbeat, it was just enjoyable coming out of a jig, going into this tune. So everything about this was kind of fun. I enjoyed that it was named, or I ended up naming it, Go Ahead, Back Up, which was a skit that I had seen Abbott and Costello do. And you have to look that up. I think Bud Abbott is saying to Costello, go ahead, back up. And so he's in a car and he's on the edge of a pier and he's like, go ahead. And then he's hesitating. And then Bud would say, back up. And he says, which is it? Is it back up or go ahead? And he says, go ahead, back up. So this tune really actually does this. So there's a lot of setup, going forward, backing up, going forward again. And yeah, one of my favorite titles for a tune because it's exactly what this is doing. Fun as all get out for fiddlers to play. And in recording it, I enjoyed going up an octave to accompany myself. So there was an overdub here just to be able to do that. So I'm going to play the tune through just at a nice easygoing pace, maybe take you through it a little bit and take you through a little bit of doing the octave up. Okay, so here is Go Ahead, Back Up. So aside from a triplet somewhere in that first part, almost everything is just going, going, going. So this was a fun tune to make up, and I just wanted to play a little bit of the questions and the answers. So the tune starts here. first finger on the G, and I'm going. I think of that as the question. I could break it up a little bit more, but I think all of that is the question. The answer so that answer again is then the next thing I do is to play that question again. And then half of the answer, well, less than half of it. So that again is. You'll notice that I changed the bowing there a bit more. I think that's more how I would do it, since if it's going fast, I like that triplet to be down. So I'm going. And then the very ending. I'm repeating. So again, if I go through it. Answer. Question. Answer. So if you want to play that along with me, I'm going. Now the second part. Oh, let's think of that as the question as well. And the answer . And that answer again. So from the start of the second part, the question. Answer. I'm repeating the question. And then here is the last two measures of the second part. Should be familiar from the first part of the tune. So all of that, now this is the first second part. Answer. Question. Answer. And it just was begging for a new ending by the time I played that second part again. And to me, this is really where the go ahead and back up comes from. So here's the second part with the ending. And then so this is an ender that really starts halfway of the second part the second time. So you've gone first measure, second measure, third measure, fourth measure. Here's your fifth measure. Here comes your sixth measure. But really you can take it all as a piece. And it has, you can see that the pushes make it quite interesting. And then the ending that we had from before. And I think I do have different ways of getting into that fifth measure. So let me take you from the start of the second part and go into that ending once more. Third measure, fourth. So I might do that, or even that, and then so you can see what's happening there, right? And yeah, this is called fun. And yeah, and then as doing just a story about doing the recording, I don't know if I thought about it, or maybe Seamus Egan, who was helping me make that album, said, oh, I wonder, could you add another fiddle? And so big challenge to head for all of that an octave higher. So here we go. So now, to make this video too long, here's what I'm looking like if I go an octave higher. So instead of starting my tune there, I'm starting here. And the only work will be in the second part of this tune because it goes quite high. For us Irish fiddle players, I don't know about you, but I think I understand third position, first position, second and fourth gets a little hairy. I might be able to do fifth, not anymore, but there's a high note that's going to come in the second part where you're going. So let's say I'm doing this. I'm here. And what's nice about this one note that you saw, the high one where I'm going up with my forefinger, it's actually that harmonic. And if I continue, no worries, all of that's in first position. And then I slip up with my first finger. Now let's say the second time. Third measure. And now these climbs. And when I'm going fast, I found that if I go over with my first finger for that G to an open A, that worked best. So all of that, 2 second parts. Yeah, and I threw in a fourth finger there too, realizing at the moment that that was an easy way to get there. Now, I think I may have only ever, as a solo player, played that octave maybe one time, just because it's kind of great to hear that up there. But this was done on a recording, and it matched the octave down. And I think I always find that whenever I'm listening to any music, anytime I hear nice octave moments, two instruments playing together, and just doing that, I think it's quite wonderful. And so I'm sure I thought it was quite wonderful at the time. And you can listen to it for yourself on the last track on the offbeat. Okay, see you next time. Actually, coming in a few days. Okay.